What up fam, eFresh here and I'm back with an all new video, and today we are back in the world of Destiny 2. In today's video, I have been working on a DPS build for a while now, and it involves a special class item that I have been grinding away to get. I finally got that class item, and today I'm going to show you what I think is one of, if not the biggest and best DPS builds for you to create on your Titan. That's right, we're back on Titan for video number 2. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I kind of miss my Warlock a little bit, but for today, it's all about the Crayon Eater. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's go over the build. With Bungie introducing us to new exotic class items, there are 2 specific perks that I wanted that are gonna synergize with this so well. I spent countless hours doing overthrows and doing dual destiny missions to get this exotic class item, and I finally got it. These 2 perks are gonna be Spirit of the Star Eater and Spirit of the Eternal Warrior. The loop with this is, first off, with Spirit of the Star Eater, while your super energy is full, picking up an orb of power overcharges your super, granting it bonus damage. With this, when your super is full, when you pick up orbs of light, you will see a buff called Feast of the Light. It can go all the way up to ×6. You want it to get to ×6 for the simple fact of that's a 70% increased super damage buff if you have it at ×6. So you definitely want to get it to ×6. Once you pop your super and it ends, that's where the next perk comes into play. And that next one is Spirit of the Eternal Warrior. Gain bonus damage for weapons matching your super's element when your super ends. So once your super ends, you're gonna immediately get a ×4 weapon surge, which is the biggest you can get, and that is gonna be an increased 25% damage, 25% weapon damage that you'll be able to use, and it lasts for like 30 seconds. So again, you hit ×6 with your Star Eater, you pop your super, 70% damage. You're done. Go to your void weapon or whatever weapon your matching super energy is. It's going to be at ×4 for 30 seconds, and you'll be doing up to 25% more damage with that buff. These 2 are something, it's crazy. It's crazy. You'll see some footage up I'm going to have while I'm talking about this, just kind of showing examples of the amount of damage you can do with this while I'm doing the Warlord's Ruin run. As for the rest of the build, we're going to go over that also. So starting with the helmet, I did use Heavy Ammo Finder, Strand Siphon, and Void Siphon. The main reason I use this is because my primary is my auto rifle, which is Strand, so I can just drop orbs left and right while I'm killing ads with it. Same for Void. I could have put something else there. I just put Void because you never know, I might need to pull my sniper out and take something out. That's another orb that can drop, so I did both of that for those. As for my gauntlets, I did use melee kickstart and heavy-handed. You can also go grenade kickstart, and you can do firepower, whichever one you wanted. I am using consecration, so if I can do that and then make orbs to get that back, that's also good for ad clearance, so that's why I went with melee kickstart and heavy-handed. As for the chest armor, I did all void reserves. I want to have as much void ammo as possible for these DPS phases, so that's why I did all void reserves for this one and nothing else. As for the boots, I did double strand surge, so you're probably wondering why I didn't use void. I didn't use void because when the super ends, it's already going to be at ×4 for my void weapons, so it's kind of pointless. So I did double strand surge to help me with my primary, which works wonderfully as well, which again, I'll be dropping orbs left and right because it's a lot easier to kill enemies when I'm constantly having a strand surge. Finally, as you see here on the exotic class item, I am going to be using time dilation to help with my armor charges, outreach, so I gotta get a cooldown for my melee, and same for bomber, I get a grenade cooldown as well. Going into the subclass itself, as you see, I am using Prismatic Titan, and I'm going to be using Twilight Arsenal, which just recently got a big buff, and it's strong. Highly recommend doing this. It's very strong. Hammer got a buff also, and Glacial Quake is really good on certain enemies, but as overall, I would definitely say go Twilight Arsenal. For my abilities, I did use shield throw. Of course, when I'm hitting enemies with my shield, I can get an overshield, so that kind of helps. If you want, you can use Frenzied Blade, so you have 3 melee charges to go well with Consecration, so that's always a go. I just wanted to use something different, so I just went ahead and used Shield Throw and just said, nah, why not? For my grenade, I did use the Suppression Grenade. It is Void, which also helps me with some of the fragments I'm going to be talking about in a second, and it helps me weaken my target, so that's why I went with Suppression Grenade. As far as my aspects go, this doesn't need to be said. I'm using Knockout, I'm using Consecration. Half the time I'm going to be using this Shield Throw anyway, but whenever I need to clear out some ads, Consecration is always there to help. And with Knockout, you just can't go wrong with Knockout. You can't. It's going to increase my melee range and damage. On top of that, it gets me amplified. You can't go wrong with Knockout. So these are the 2 I'm using for this. As for my fragments, I will be using Facet of Awakening. Rapidly defeating targets with light or darkness damage or super final blows generates an elemental pickup of the matching damage type. With this, me using Void and Strand. First off with Void, when I'm getting a Void kill, it's going to drop Void Breaches, which help with me getting class energy back. And same with my Strand, when I'm getting kills with it, it's going to be putting tangles everywhere, which they can explode for better ad clearance. And they just work hand in hand together, so that's why I chose Facet of Awakening. Depending on what weapon you use, it's not really a wrong thing. I just think this is one of those fragments that I just never take off. Next up, Facet of Purpose. Another one I usually don't change. Picking up an Orb of Power grants either Amplified, Restoration, Frost Armor, Woven Mail, or Overshield based on the damage type of your equipped super. I am going to be running Void, so basically anytime I pick up an Orb of Power, I get granted with an Overshield. It's always a win-win. Oh, there I go saying that shit again. Stop, alright? No more win-wins, that's it. Next up, Facet of Protection. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage while Transcended, the effect is increased. I never take this off. This is on every build that I have, and it will always build any build that I have. You can't go wrong with damage reduction, so I recommend this for any build. You should never not have this one. Next up, I'm using Facet of Courage. Your Arc, Solar, and Void abilities deal increased damage to targets afflicted with darkness debuffs. The reason I chose this one is because the homie that I'm playing the game with as well, Sleepy, he is using the Warlock, and his Transcendence grenades does 2 things. 1, it weakens enemies with Void, and 2, it debuffs them with a Stasis grenade as well. So, him hitting whatever boss that we're fighting against with that grenade, it causes them to have a Stasis debuff because they're slowed. Hence, any arc damage, arc, solar, or void ability does increase damage. So, once he throws his grenade to whoever we're going against, they're getting debuffed by 2 things. 1, they're getting weakened from the grenade. 2, they're getting slowed from the grenade as well. So I'm popping my super afterwards. It just does increase damage. It just makes all the sense in the world. So that's why I chose Facet of Courage. And last, I chose Facet of Dominance. Your Void grenades weaken targets and your Arc grenades jolt targets. Thing is, if he doesn't have one, I also have my Suppression grenade that I throw as well. It will weaken targets as well when I hit them with that. It debuffs them, and that's just another way for me to then pop my super and take advantage of that also. Now for the weapons I'm going to be choosing, which perfectly go hand in hand with this. As I talked about earlier, I am using my Rufus's Fury for just ad clearance in general. It's a really good auto rifle. I have it with Demolitionist and Hatchling. I'm also going to be using Embrace Identity. It is a sniper I crafted with rewind rounds and precision instrument. Great for DPS boss. It is Void, which is also going to tie into my Spirit of the Eternal Warrior, which me having a ×4 weapon surge. And last but not least, the granddaddy of granddaddies right now currently, Edge Transit. I do have this with Envious Assassin and Bait and Switch, and it's perfect for boss DPS and does a shit ton of DPS. Again, as I explained with the sniper, once I'm done with my super and I have a ×4 void surge for 30 seconds, this thing melts. I mean melts. I'll put up a clip at the end of the video just kind of showing you the damage cycles I have with this, because it's so good, man. It's so good. As far as the artifact goes, it's just kind of what you want to choose. But for me, what I recommend the most, number one, is Expanding Abyss. Void sources deal increased damage to weakened targets. This is the most important one that you need and must use. So this should be number one. I'm also going to recommend Sniper's Meditation. When you're stacking your sniper rifle hits, your damage increases. This is the plus for when I'm using my sniper as well, when I run out of my heavy. I'm also going to recommend Galvanic Armor. There's nothing better than having increased damage resistance, especially while you're amplified. Radiant Orbs, you should never take that off, because every time you pick up an orb, you become radiant. That's just a damage buff that should always stay on. And I'm going to be using Threaded Blast because I'm using a strand weapon, and when I create tangles, I shoot them, and it's just increased radius for blast for that. So 100% you should definitely I recommend using that as well. These are the most important ones. Everything else you can kind of pick whatever you want, but these are the most important ones I would say to definitely use. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed that build, man. This build for DPS is so incredible. I'm telling you, if you don't have this exotic class item, just grind for it. I know it's boring doing overthrows in that dual destiny mission. Future me here, you can now go to Xur at this moment, and he is definitely selling the exotic class item. Remember, you have to have done dual destiny at least once on the character you're buying the class item for, and then he sells them for 41 strange coins. It is random, and I think on a later date they're going to make it to where you can actually go for whichever perks you want to go for. But right now, it is random, so you go up to him, 41 strange coins, and you got yourself an exotic class item. Definitely recommend getting the one with Star Eater and Eternal Warrior, because it just works so well together. You just kind of have to remember to do like a rotation. So basically, in the beginning, you want to make sure you get your 6 stacks up for your feast due to the Star Eater. Then you want to make sure either you or a teammate hits said enemy with a Void Grenade, if possible a Void Grenade and a Stasis Grenade from the Warlock for Transcendence, if possible. But either one, most importantly the Void one. Then you pop your super. You're hitting him with 3 of those hammers, which he's already weakened. Because with the hammers, they do weaken on the 3rd hit. But the beauty of this is, once your teammate hits him with that grenade or you, then he's already weakened. So all 3 of those do max damage, which is perfect. Once that super ends, slide back, pop on that edge transit, hit him with the primary, hit him with the energy, pop your edge transit, and then have bait and switch ready, and you're just doing the biggest amount of damage to whatever boss you're going against. And then if depending on how long it is, if that runs out, you also have a sniper to fall back on with Precision Instrument. And on top of that, gotta remember your Void Surge is still going because it lasts for like 30 seconds. So you're able to do a lot of damage with your heavy and your secondary weapon, and it's just beautiful. I am so glad I finally got this. This is great for DPS, and I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. So hit that comment section down below and tell me how you feel about this build, and tell me if you're using this as well, and let me know if you have some other ideas that you think I should check out. I'm always up for any kind of recommendations, so just never be shy. Hit me in the comment section and let me know if there's something else you think I should try out. With that being said, guys, I appreciate every single one of y'all for watching my videos. I have to say, just on the comment section of my previous videos, for the most part, everybody there is just great. Everybody's understanding. If you have a recommendation, I'll listen to it. If you have criticism, I'll listen to it. All I simply ask is just don't be a dickhead. That's it. And so far, for the majority of you, there's been a couple who kind of, been on some bullshit. But the overwhelming majority of you all are awesome, and I thank every single one of y'all for watching my videos. Stay tuned for more. I'm gonna have another one as well for my Titan, and I think that might be it for my Titan. And I'm gonna go back to my Warlock because there's another build I want to try there as well. But yeah, man, that being said, I'm out.
All right, model down.
Come on, buddy.
Cool, this time.
Cool.
I only got one. All right, let's let go of my corruption.
Same.
Moving up top.
You got transcendence?
Yeah, I just threw a grenade at him. Get this down.
Damn.
All right, up top, I'm gonna focus on blight.
All right. Make sure I got this. Okay, I'm good.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right. That, this, and this.
Next. I think.
Drop another rift once we get over here. Put this down.
What the hell? Is he still?
I thought he moved to the next. Okay, that was all right. Fuck you then.
I'm out of everything. Jesus.
I just got my transcendence back, and I'm about to die. Oh, thank you, God, thank you. And it still didn't save me. Help! What? Why are we? What?
Damn.
I know. Throw that arm up. There it is. All right, I'm good.
Thing. I don't think I got two of them. I think I only got one, but it's fine.
There it is. Nate. This is on the ground.
Okay, bye.
And by the time I finish my cycle, you had already fit. I got so much shit to remember and do that by the time I get through my whole rotation, half the DPS phase is done.
I didn't get a single weapon out of this. Neat. On this entire dungeon, I didn't get a single weapon.
I thought you got it in Deadly Kindness earlier.
No, I was hoping for one. It didn't drop. I didn't get one weapon from out of this. That was all armor. Not that I care, but
in Deadly Kindness with. That's not bad. I mean, that's actually great. I actually like that. I gotta use this. I got Impulse Amplifier and Bolt Shot.
that's not bad. Oh, wait a minute. That's the exact same roll I got.
Impulse and Bolt Shot?
Yep. That's when I got over damn near 10,000 kills with.
And it's not even the one you want.
Exactly.
It's like a partial battle.
I mean, vote shot is the most important thing, but it's fine. Too bad I can't craft it. I will take 9 million damage.
I ain't even look at the stats for that.
I can do better than that, but I'll take it.
9 million, god damn.
Yeah.
Whatever you were doing, it was working a lot. At least 3 times more than what I was doing.
What I botched, one of those rounds, I ran out of ammo. I ran out of heavy and I ran out of sniper ammo.